Becoming a father was supposed to be the happiest moment of my life. When my wife gave birth, I cried tears of joy holding our baby for the first time. She smiled, exhausted yet glowing, and whispered the name she wanted for him. It sounded beautiful, strong, meaningful. I didn't question it. I trusted her. Why would I doubt the woman I loved? For weeks, I proudly introduced our son to everyone, repeating the name with pride. But little did I know, that name carried a secret. A betrayal so cruel it would break me beyond repair. It began innocently. One afternoon, a close friend visited us. When he heard my son's name, his expression changed. He went quiet, then forced a smile, but I caught the flicker of recognition in his eyes. "Interesting choice," he muttered. At first I ignored it, but later that night, his words haunted me. Why would he say that? I started searching, looking into my wife's old messages, her social media, anything that could explain. And then I found it. Buried in her phone was a name, the same name as our son's, but it wasn't random. It was her lover's. My chest tightened as I read their old conversations, months of secret meetings, intimate confessions, and promises. She called him by the same name she had given our child. My knees buckled. It wasn't just infidelity, it was humiliation carved into my son's very identity. Every time I said my child's name, I would unknowingly honor the man who betrayed me. Rage consumed me, but heartbreak was stronger. I looked at my sleeping wife and wondered, how could she lie in my arms, carry my child, and still secretly worship another man? The cruelty was beyond imagination. For days I couldn't look at my wife without trembling. She noticed my silence, but thought it was exhaustion. Inside, I was crumbling. I wanted to confront her, to scream, but I stayed quiet, studying her every move. Was she still in contact with him? Did she name our son out of love for him, or out of spite for me? Every smile she gave me felt fake. Every word she spoke felt poisoned. I held my baby and whispered his name, and tears rolled down my face. That name, once pure, was now a scar on my soul. Finally, I confronted her. My voice shook as I asked, "Why did you choose that name?" She froze, her face draining of color. I pressed harder, showing her the messages. Her lips trembled, but no denial came. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I didn't mean to," but I cut her off. Didn't mean to? She carried this secret through pregnancy, through labor, through the first cries of our baby. She planned it. She branded our child with the name of her affair partner. That wasn't a mistake. It was a declaration. She didn't love me. She never had. Her tears fell, but they meant nothing. I stared at the woman I once thought was my soulmate and felt nothing but disgust. "Do you realize what you've done?" I asked. "You've tied our child to your betrayal forever." She begged for forgiveness, swearing it was over with him, that she loved me. But her actions screamed otherwise. Her apology was too late. The damage was permanent. My son's name was a daily reminder of my wife's betrayal. Every future birthday, every school roll call, every achievement, her affair would live on in his identity. That night, I made my decision. Quietly, I gathered evidence, screenshots, messages, everything I needed. I called a lawyer the next morning. Divorce papers were drawn up swiftly. I didn't tell her until the documents were ready. When I handed them to her, she collapsed, sobbing, "Please don't do this. Think of our child." But I already was. I wouldn't let him grow up in a home poisoned by lies. I told her plainly, "You destroyed this marriage the moment you gave him that name." Her cries echoed through the house, but I felt nothing. The end had come. The legal battle was brutal, but my evidence was undeniable. She lost almost everything. Her own lawyer was stunned silent when confronted with the proof. Friends and family, who once praised her, turned against her, disgusted by what she had done. She tried to spin the story, claiming it was just a coincidence, but no one believed her. The betrayal was too obvious. The truth spread quickly, how a mother named her child after her affair partner. She wasn't just exposed, she was condemned. The shame followed her everywhere, and the guilt ate at her every day. As for me, I focused on my son. I filed for a legal name change, determined to free him from the stain of her betrayal. It wasn't easy, but I fought with everything I had. And when the judge finally approved it, I felt a weight lift from my heart. Holding my son, I whispered his new name with pride. A name that represented hope, not pain. A name that belonged to him, not to her affair. My wife had tried to chain me to her lies, but I broke free. My revenge was complete. Now, I live peacefully, raising my son away from the shadows of betrayal. His name is pure, his future bright. As for her, she lives alone, haunted by the memory of what she did. Sometimes I wonder if she regrets it. But it doesn't matter. She made her choice, and I made mine. I ended it all, not with rage, but with justice. This story isn't just about infidelity. It's about the cruelest betrayal, hidden in the innocence of a child's name. And it's about a father who refused to let that betrayal define his life.